Hey guys, good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody's doing amazing. Welcome to the Build Your Online Business Morning Show, where we help aspiring and current business owners master the art of building their business online. And guys, today we're going to be talking about how and why struggling ain't sexy and what you can do to build your business instead. And there's a lot of reasons, guys, that struggling ain't sexy. Number one, we've been taught, I already did it, baby. They on the way. We've been taught to build out of nothing, which is a great art. Don't get it twisted. But it is an art that should be reserved for when we don't have nothing to build with. If you really, thank you, D. Morris, for sharing the video. And if you haven't shared the video already, make sure you do. If you haven't already taken advantage of some of the stuff that is available for you to help you build your business, you're going to struggle with building your business. Let me give you an example. And I'm going to ask you guys to take some action this morning. There is a business online called the Honey Pot. She actually has a presence in Target. It's an African-American woman-owned business. And in her commercial, she said that she's proud of what she did because she hopes she can inspire other African-American girls to, build their dreams. Well, there are women online saying that comment is racist. And I don't think the comment is. I think that all of us should have role models that look like us. So if you're African American, you should have role models that look like you. If you're plus size, you should have role models that look like you. If you're tall, I know tall girls who are super embarrassed by their height. They should have role models that look like them. If you're white, if you're Indian, if you're Caucasian, if you're super short, if you have dwarfism, whatever you look like, the world in some shape, form, or fashion should look like you. So I'm going to post it on my wall for you guys to go out and give her a positive review, because she's getting bad reviews online because Target selected her to represent African-American women in business. Now, with that being said, you got to also know that Target has a supplier diversity program. And I'm sure that's how she got in. Hold on, Jamie. Let me go. Let me get my coffee from the door.
Now that's an important. Now listen, I don't know about y'all, but that Starbucks coffee is a necessity in the morning time. So guys, good morning. We're having a conversation about a honey pot. I got the memo, but I got the article, but I haven't read it yet. So I'm not familiar with the whole story, but I am familiar with being called racist because I'm Black and I serve Black women. Now, Black women are not the only target that I serve, but they are a target, audience in which I serve. So I've heard all kinds of things, which is kind of crazy to me because in business, you do have an audience, a target audience. Every business coach will tell you that. Who is your avatar? They may call it different things, but they do call it the same thing. Who is your avatar? Who is your target? Who is your audience? Who are you serving? And so why be called something negative when you're doing exactly what you should do as a business owner? I opened this business to serve authors. So am I racist because I don't serve authors? Racist is a whole different thing, but still, my point is focusing on just trying to pull out the negative. So here's my thing. My thing on the take of it is we need to stand together. We as Black women, as an African-American community, when someone attacks one of us, they attack all of us.
And not just even we as African-American women, we as women in general. Need to stop letting foolishness get in the way of progress.
Yeah.
And so for all of the white women, it says, oh, that's a racist comment. But y'all not running around here calling out these gender comments and this gender bias that's being represented every day in our pay, that's being represented every day in our ability to own land, that's being represented every day in different careers. I mean, if you're gonna do it across the board.
Right. If you're gonna do it for everybody. Because even white women are not paid as much as their counterparts.
They're not.
In the corporate world.
They're not. So guys, today we're talking about why struggling ain't sexy. And today at 11, I'm actually gonna be doing a live stream to talk about all of the different forms of startup capital that are available. I know that's right, Natalie. Natalie said, I just seen the article in the backlash. I wasn't surprised and have seen her products on Facebook, and every woman was purchasing. She is a Black woman in business, and that was the focus of the commercial during Black History Month. She has a customer in me. I don't know why people get so upset when you call out a product that and says, because it was created by someone Black, it uplifted me. I don't understand what's so wrong with that.
Is it racist that she created the product, she knows her target audience?
If you look at the product, though, hold on. If you look at the product said made by someone with a vagina for people with a vagina.
Right.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't say anything about made for African American women.
It doesn't.
It doesn't say anything about, oh, this product is for Black women. She was simply telling her story during Black History Month. Good morning, Goddess Bling Biz.
Exactly. That's where I was going with that. So is she racist for making the product available, or those who are saying that it's racist, are they racist for making the comment?
I think that, you know, it's a thin line between narcissism and racism.
Oh, yeah.
And they're saying, you know, well, I'm a white woman, I use the product, what about me? But everything is not about you. Some products you don't even know who made them.
Yeah.
We run around here wearing high heels made by men. Oh, horrible ass pantyhose made by men.
Come on now.
Oh, horrible bras that you can't wait to take off made by men. So she was simply telling her story. But I'm gonna show y'all something real quick, because she said her sales are up. Sometimes, did the Lord say he's gonna use
your enemy as your footstool, baby?
You better say it. So sometimes when y'all are worried about what people are gonna say,
right,
you don't need to worry about what people are gonna say. You need to worry about what the bank's gonna say, what the bottom line is gonna say.
Hello.
And understand that no matter what you say, somebody else is gonna always have something to say. Vic said it's all about the privileged exerting their privilege over others. Exactly. Because the white women were saying, how dare you not mention us? And it wasn't all women, just all white women, it's just a select few that was like, that took offense. Took offense to her saying, I hope I inspire some other little Black girl.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, so can we talk about that? It wasn't that she's saying, I don't want to inspire little white girls. She's saying, shit, who else we got to look up to? There's a space, if we're just honest, where we as African American women are just the fuck missing. We're missing in the corporate space. Name me one African American Fortune 10 CEO woman. We're missing in the millionaire space. Name me one other than Oprah, African American billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
We're missing in the e-commerce space. You got a bunch of micro businesses, but name me somebody at the Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos level that is an African American woman. So at the end of the day, all of us have a responsibility to get up off our asses and go out here and create some shit that these little girls can look up to. I don't know about y'all, but I was born in a very small town, a very racist town. And only by the grace of God and really listening to my mother and watching what God showed me, did I understand that any of this was possible for me. Because I did not have somebody firsthand to show that to.
So can I tell my quick story of growing up in Clarksdale, Mississippi? When I was 5 years old, that was my first time being called an N-word by a white man, an old white man. He just came out of JCPenney's, saw me and my sisters in the car and yelled at, and then the kids, the white kids would circle around my mom's car because we were in the car. And every time they circle around, they would just yell N-I-G-G-E-R at us. I was 5 years old. So I will not allow anyone to discount or call me something racist because I serve a community that gives back into the community because it wasn't given to me. I worked hard to get where I am. So I just think women, we take enough flack from society. We're used for our bodies, we're used for our looks, we're used for, women stay in the kitchen. We have all these things that hinder us from being successful. We don't need to do that to ourselves. We don't need to do that within ourselves.
And let me tell you something. What it boils down to, guys, is there's so many programs created today. And that's why I'm doing this Startup Capital Boot Camp. Because a lot of us are still in the mindset that we need to struggle to build our businesses. When in actuality, these corporations know they've done us wrong. These corporations know they've not promoted us like they should have. These corporations know they ain't gave us loans like they should have. These corporations know that they need us because they need our ideas. And they're having to make restitution to a certain extent. But you don't know about the for-profit grants that are out there. You don't know about the supplier diversity programs that are out there. It starts on March 17th. You don't know about the sponsorship dollars that are out there. And so we sit and we struggle in our businesses, not realizing how many programs, how much revenue, how much resources are available to us. Another thing we got to do, y'all, and I had my team write it down. I said, write down one word: paperwork.
Yes.
Because we are getting murderized by not having our papers in order.
Woo.
You got to get your business credit right. You got to get your personal credit right. You cannot continue to be a business owner and not have an LLC and not have all of the things, not have a real business address. It's certain shit we just got to do and do right to qualify for us for even more. minority, and women-owned certification revenue from the government, from the state, from the local. Come on now, it's so many opportunities. But again, you're gonna have to convince yourself that you need help. bit.ly/7-figure startup. That's what I'm gonna be teaching you in this Startup Capital Bootcamp. Schedule your call so we can go through and see if that's what you need, or is there something more that you need. bit.ly/7-figure startup. But you gotta stop leaving opportunities on the table.
Stop walking away from it.
And stop feeling like you can get there by yourself without investing in your business, because that's another thing I'm going to be showing you guys today at 11. There's almost a 10 to 20% direct correlation between the amount you invest in your business versus the amount you own, which is why so many women struggle to get beyond 50K a year, because you're not investing more than 4 or 5K. And you get what you invest. And that's the truth of the matter. So bit.ly/7-figure startup. And that's another thing we have to start doing, guys. We've got to start spreading the word about classes and opportunities and courses that keep us off of struggling. Oh, I realize that, but I'm going to tell you something else I know. I know that beyond a shadow of a doubt, until we start to love and support each other, we're going to all continue to struggle. So I could sit here and talk about the comments that Caucasian women made about the honeypot, but who knows how many comments Black women have made. And sometimes we are our own worst critic. Sometimes we're so busy talking negatively about each other. Matter of fact, I'm finna go bit.ly this link.
You gotta say that, Coach.
That we can't even be mad that other races come for us. And they come for us because we don't even stand for ourselves. But I'm the type of person that I don't just talk. I take action. Go ahead, Jamie, while I bit.ly this link.
All right, guys. So listen, we're talking about getting startup money. I wish I had this kind of course 5 years ago when I first started, because like I said to you guys yesterday, I spent 5 years building a business out of my own money. And so I'm just getting to the place of, looking into getting business loans. Now, here's the great part about what I'm learning in this experience. When I went up to the plate with all these other different business owners, I was the only one in the room that had all my stuff together already. And it made me wonder, and there were some other publishers in the room too, and it made me wonder, how are we bootlegging it 5, 6, 7 years without getting an official business phone number, without getting an official business address? How are we really, and we want people to spend thousands of dollars on us, but we don't look like an operational business. If I still got to email you my order, so how am I expecting these big corporations, these big sponsors to throw $100,000 my way when I don't even look like $100,000? This is what the course is going to teach you: how to look the part and how to be the part. And it's interact. So guys, if you've ever taken a course by a coach, you know that you can't come and sit in class and just absorb the information, because that doesn't translate to dollars in your bank. You're going to do some work. And in this course, like every night is homework, and the next week is checking to make sure it was done. Because how are you going to advance if you don't do the work? And how many of y'all, say me in the comments if you ever tried to clean up your credit by yourself? Now, you've never done this before. So you went and you know, I'm not telling nobody's name and telling off on myself, but watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos on how to clean up your credit, and then you tried to do it on your own. Or then you watch a whole bunch of videos on how to get sponsorships, and you downloaded all these free resources that coaches are out here giving out as lead magnets. And you think that you can take that free information and go and get $100,000 sponsorship. How many of you fall in that bracket? Because if you're still trying to get money without paying money, you're always going to be like this hamster on the wheel, going nowhere, just moving your feet, not going nowhere. And the money is just falling down through the cracks because it's not being recycled correctly. So this course, March 17th, coach, is starting on March 17th.
We're actually going to do Startup Capital Bootcamp every quarter.
Oh,
going forward, you can't get in none of my programs without going through Startup Capital.
Oh, that's good.
Because I see too many women start coaching and end up stopping because they can't afford the tools they need to build their business. So you don't just need strategy. You need technology.
Yeah.
You need a team, staff. You need knowledge, resources. You need marketing, advertising. Yeah. There's so many things that you need when you start a business, and nobody's talking about that.
All of it costs money. It did, Natalie. It helped some, but when I scaled, that free information didn't go with the scale of my business. Where I needed to go, I needed a business coach, because one, I never ran a successful business before. Oh, and I've been in so many MLMs or NML, whatever y'all want to call them things. I've been in so many of them, like it's crazy. But you got to invest in, I don't want to just say wise counsel, right? I want to say you got to invest in a coach that knows that is where you're trying to go to, and they know how to get you there.
But see, my version of coaching and a lot of other people's versions of coaching is different. My version of coaching is support from me, support from the other clients, an opportunity to be on my platform, an opportunity to learn as I learn, an opportunity to see behind the scenes and what it looks like for a 7-figure business to run every day, an opportunity to spend a day in the life and follow me around, an opportunity to get to come to my team meetings and watch, an opportunity to get to support live events and volunteer on different things that are going to help you learn. If your coaching program ain't doing all that, if your mentorship program is not doing all that, it's not a mentorship program.
If they're just throwing a bunch of templates at you and just telling you to figure it out on your own.
And there's a difference between a coaching program and a mentorship program. A mentorship program is very hands-on. Yeah. My mentorship program is very hands-on. I show up early and often. I don't just tell them what to do. I show them what to do. And then they come and they get even further shown what to do. They get an opportunity to mess it up in front of me. And then they get an opportunity to fix it in front of me. Yeah. There is a distinct difference between a coaching program, a mastermind. All they do is sit around and talk.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they do. They sit around and talk, and they may give each other some resources, but there are distinct differences between a coaching program,
And a
a
mess.
mastermind, and a mentorship. In a mentorship, I go do it, and then I come back and I show you how I save time, money, energy. I literally cut years. You don't like to sell? Okay, let me show you how you can do this instead. You don't like to go live every day? Let me show you how you can do this instead.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a mentorship is all about what's the best journey for you
Oh, that's good.
and what can we do to get you on your best way forward. So there's a difference. So when you come to me, I run a mentorship. That means you're gonna have to put your hands on some stuff. But
Yeah.
I know that putting your hands on some stuff helps you move faster than not. People retain 15% of what they hear, 30% of what they see and hear, 70 to 80% of what they see, hear, and do. So when I make you do some stuff, you're going to say, number one, oh, it's not that hard. I can go implement this in my business. Number two, you're going to remember the steps better because you got to touch it. And number three, it's going to mitigate some of your fear because you've done it before. A great deal of the reason, I tell you guys every day, you're closer to $1 million than you think. But until you get over being afraid of that money, you cannot ascend to that place.
Ooh.
Does that make sense what I'm saying? So a lot of what we do in our mentorship, we do a lot of mind work and really help you get out of the way of yourself because nobody is keeping you from generating an amassed amount of money but you. And until you give yourself permission to be rich, to bow,
Yeah. Yeah.
to get these racks, until you stop making excuses about why you don't have them. You don't have them because you don't have somebody to show you. You don't have the strategy. You don't have the accountability. And unless you do something different, you might not never have it. So you got to be brutally honest with yourself about where you are, your business, where you really want to go, and what you're willing to do to get there. So if you're interested in the Startup Capital Bootcamp, go to bit.ly/7-figure startup and stop trying to build your business with your bare hands. You out in the forest trying to chop down a tree with a spoon, and that's it. No chainsaw, no gloves, no goggles, nothing. You just out there with a spoon. So I'm not saying that if you're not resilient and tenacious and if you don't work on chopping that tree down for the next 40 years, I'm not saying eventually that tree won't fall. But who got time like that?
And I got time.
Nobody got time like that. So you got to make some decisions because again, guys, there's only two ways to grow your business: spending time and spending money. And you may say, well, coach, I don't have either. That's why you come to the Startup Capital Bootcamp so that you can learn how to generate the money you say you don't have. So I'm going to get out of here. Good morning, Angelina, because today at 11, I'm going to be reviewing my Startup Bootcamp outline. I'm going to be showing you the different types of startup capital that are available. I mean, you got to ask yourself, what would I do with an extra $20,000 in startup capital? What would I do with an extra $100,000 in startup capital? What would I do?
I know what I would do. I'm doing it.
Exactly.
All the stuff I don't want to do with my own hands.
You know what? Say that, Jamie. Jamie said, I would use my startup capital to outsource
Yeah.
or automate all of the things that I don't want to do myself. And that's what you're supposed to do with startup capital. So you can do the things you enjoy to do in your business. All right, guys, we love you. We'll see you. Don't forget, I'll be around at 11 o'clock today. Hope to see you all then. Talk to you